hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. Teka esi kalongose kao. What? What? Is it your program? Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Today is day 25 in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ 2023. Yeah, good morning Martha. I hope you're doing well today. Kajamu kayitirivu kyobola abantu buli omu leero ayise eno mu shortcut yange. Kajamu kayitirivu eri kakutte ku main road. Good morning Chris, how are you? Nze banange ndi okay. Manyi bw'oba tolina wakuluma oba olina okwebaza Mukama Katonda. Last weekend I had an injury. I could not run on Sunday, but I could not run on Sunday because I had an injury. But getting better, I might actually run on tomorrow. Tomorrow is a public holiday in Uganda. For those that don't know, nange sinategeera oba yajja nani lugumu. I think liberation. Who liberated who? I've just been educated. Tomorrow is liberation. Yeah, we really need to be educated. Liberation from what? From whom? By whom? For whom? With whom? We really need to be educated about that. Anyway, that's a rough form. Mujirabye? Yebamu bilibina. Yeah. Hey, it's called Enam's Day. Someone else is educating me here. Salmin, what happened? Good morning, Mr. Kafero. Hey, Salmin, Obuze, Safina, how are you? Hey, I hope you guys are doing well today. Choke wafe nkuba yatonye na yeno wali akafu. No wali akafuafua. Bano bobote bafuna nkuba Mukama yamanyi. But the reason we have a lot of traffic on this road today is because eliwa kuteka jam ku main road. Was a focus. Era kenjagaliza kujichusa kuchusa. Tagara bitu ya mutawa. Olujanja. Let me change the direction to love it. Focus. Yeah, so you remember where we left off yesterday's broadcast? YouTube app crashed, then the network, I think both of them, and I could not get back in. I could actually only access YouTube like an hour later. So and then I got inspiration to do a video on the same subject that we were talking about yesterday. Yesterday we were talking about how I think personally as a person, I don't know if that's the right thing. Like I started to do in literature class. I think one day we all need a car for transport. Definitely, we all need a car for where you're in the village. I totally understand. So we all need a car for transport. We need a form of transport, definitely. But I believe, because with experience as I've moved, I've realized that not everyone should actually buy a car. We should just be honest with each other, tuleme kumala encouraging abantu kugula motoka. I know we have passion and all, and having a car is a good thing. Martha yesterday said the car improve your status, but I personally think it improves your status for what? I mean, it improves your status for what? You get. And then I got yesterday I did a video that I uploaded in the evening of on the same subject. I covered the 2 stages of life motivation according to Maslow. This guy was a psychologist, I think. Namusoma's psychology. Psychology. If we try to soma drama, they taught us what they call psychology of motivation, I think. But that was like unity psychology of arts, okay? And nitsoma kwa yo guy gubaita Abraham Maslow. I think he was a psychologist. Murasha alimo olusaisa yoruguliki gatategerekeka ali awo muchotara but omuchotara not in Uganda, of course. So and this guy just brought forward, he was researching and he was finding out what motivates people. Church to motivating or kukola, you get. And yeah, that's how we came up with that pyramid of needs. Ebintu byetwagala. I saw your video last night nga sebo owagala ejjambi I busted. Ati ababbi batumanyira kati naffe tulina kuba ready. Yafaafagana n'omuntu ofaafagana olwanagana n'ensimbi oginoonya kuno nakuli okitegeera omuya alina ajjeewo ssebo n'ejjambiya kati nange sikyebaka sikyebaka nze ntuula bwe nsumagira bwe tuntwala ensiri bwejja bwenza okuka akakona konna nkawulira sikyebaka saagala kajanja kyokka mbwe calibration kyokka nga seebaka simanyi kinajjawo kiro. Anyway, let's go back to Maslow's hierarchy. Anyway, kati my thought is, and I want us to engage, I really want us to engage. Tell me what you think about the same subject. Nkuwagalire Martha warned me. She said she's going to come and show me professionalism. I think she's the one that came on Saturday night. But then she told me she was not going to come back. She did not come back. Anyway, I want us to engage and talk about it. So according to Maslow, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 levels of needs. And according to him, the first level is definitely the basic need level, where we need food, shelter, we need to rest, we need water, we need warmth. At this level, this is the level that majority of Ugandans are. Yensonga lwaki a politician can come now omuntu t-shirt because omuntu anoonya lugoye talina lugoye namuwa t-shirt ne bamulonda najja naawe omuntu nusu 15,000 namulonda. I remember there is a time I was in the garage in Chebando and the former MP Sigiri Nyago yajja in the garage and I was fixing my car. Nemugamba naye omanyi bwe yagala nkulonde nze baako kyompe motoka yine nemeredde. He gave me 10k. So I'm thinking this guy is giving me 10k for what? For me to vote him. Surely my vote can be worth more than that. You get it? I did not vote him. But the psychology is what politicians have gotten to. Amanya, the people bengendo okukiikirira, for example, if he's an MP, or the people that are going to vote me, for example, for mayor, this is their level of needs. Good morning. Hope life is treating you fairly well. Salmini kati wamujjako kubuko. Anyway, so we need to understand, and I found that I think someone just reminded me in the comments on yesterday's live that actually what we were talking about is in relation to Maslow's hierarchy. And then I remembered we actually talked about it on, there is a certain live that I did and we were talking about Maslow's hierarchy. And this at the level at which you ought to buy a car, and this should be seriously, this should be taken seriously. The level at which anyone should think of buying a car is the second level, where we are looking for security, safety and security. Remember, the reasons you guys were giving yesterday why we need cars is, for example, because borders are not safe, because you can get an emergency at night, because well, a border will cost you 10k, so why not just put 10k in your car? All those things are safety and security. Right? Above the basic needs. You can afford everything that is basic. You can afford to buy at least one shoe a year. You can afford to buy good clothes a year. You get it. You can eat a balanced diet and all that. Either I have some command, should I buy a car or should I buy a house or should I build a house? At that level, that's the level that a person should consider buying a car. You get where they're actually considering, I have some command, should I start building, should I buy a car? That's the level that someone should actually be thinking, okay, maybe now I should buy a car, maybe now I qualify to buy a car. You get what I'm saying? And it's a yeah, and we need to be very, very careful as we think about these levels, because sometimes someone might think that because they have 20 million on the account, kati atuse ku level ya safety. Osobola okuba with 20 million on the account, nayenga in the next 3 months you're going to go broke. Okitegeera, omuntu asobola okuba kidiiru. Like you people abali in diaspora, for example, you can have 30 million on the account when you're still in diaspora, but the moment you come back here, ngatezigenda malawi ya emyezi 5, because everybody's expecting stuff, waleke nebizibu nga bingi ngogenda bisolve nga myezi subsende zibenga zikuweddeko. Okitegeera, that's something that should also be considered very seriously. Okuba ne sente nyingi tekitegeeza nti kati govudde ku level y'abalukyere. Osobola okubanga oyinawo kasente akatonotono naye nga okyali ku level ya yiyo primo x eyo biri, I think eyo 28 ku 210. You get, that's 2008 2010. Kati eri 2004 2005, I think 2006, eh? No, that's 2004 2005, I think. Eri endala. Zaba za njawulo. This one is little bigger. It's more manly. Gambeno yabasajja bakulu nnyo. The Primos. Ojirabye eno katika tugende maaso nawo bano olitumusanga. Olitumusanga, it will be a very nice thing. Naye ababoda befuze leni number. Actually, they should be creating border lanes, because that's our country can't do without border. So you should just create border. They can give them lanes, and they come out of their lanes and they come this way. Those guys lack discipline. You get. So and at the level where you're going to buy a car, that's the level where you're choosing to either buy a house, build a house, or get a car. Now, even before you buy a car, this is where, because situations are special. We are not we were not born in the same condition. Okay, we were not born in the same condition, and so we cannot have the same needs at different levels. We can reach the safety level. For example, Arthur needs to buy a plot of 50 by 50. Nayenga ate Salmin inherited an acre of land somewhere. So Salmin at that level doesn't have the need of land, but Arthur has the need of land at the level of safety. You get. So then at that moment, Arthur might actually have to consider, do I buy land or do I buy a car? Yet Salmin doesn't really have to choose, because he already has an acre of land. You get what I'm saying? So At that level, Salmin can decide to just buy a car. Yet Arthur, buying a car might actually be a bad decision on his part, because, well, toyina boli okitegeera kye ngamba. So while some people have to consider, other people don't really have to consider. There are people, what I learned from yesterday's video is that I don't need a 15 million spacio. Kaprimoka 8 million kasigara kakolao. Exactly. Then safety is for everyone. Imagine getting border accident when you don't even have money for hospital. But you know, Stuart, what you need to understand is that if you don't have money for hospital, you should not be buying a car. That's the thing. If you don't have money for hospital, buying a car should be out of the question. Because even us that have cars, we take borders sometimes. Border once in a while. So you may not be able to avoid the border. Sometimes you'll take a border when sometimes you'll take a border because you're late. Sometimes you'll take a border because your car is in the garage. You get. Sometimes you'll take a border because there's a lot of jam. So you may not be able to avoid border. That's one thing I want you to understand. But you avoid it whenever you can. So if the sole reason for buying a car is because hospital might be expensive in case you get a border accident, then you may be buying a car for the wrong reason. I personally think that an accident can happen to everyone. We've seen MPs that have V8s get accidents and they die. You get. Yes, you can get a Primo old model though, and it will not be super, it will be ordinary. But those are normal things that even a car of 15 or 20 will happen. We bought a Primo at 19 and I'll tell you that we put a new windscreen and we put new tires. You get. So those are things that happen. You get what I'm saying? So Emma, you can get a Primo old model at that price. Before you told us a lady who used 18 million for accident bills, but not everyone who drives a car has 18 million. Yes, Stuart, Antikatingugamba. Those are special cases. Ate, this lady akosa 18 million on hospital bills. Teyari kuboda yari asara kubo, which everyone can be doing. Osobola okubanga osara kubo ngo ine motoka. Ire chuma ne mono mana na kube ebyuma. You get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that you should buy a car at the level where you can actually afford a car. You should buy a car at the level where you can afford a car. And that person, Zerachi Nari Muriko, it's because Senga Yaria in Motoka, Yarita Jakutoka at a level where they need to cross the road. Because it's a Simani Mirudi Saraku. Mito no nyo. Simani didn't Nakoma Saraku. Do you know why? Because in the Sadida Motoka, so I'm exposed to less risks than a person who could be gere. But it doesn't mean that a motor could be gere. Agure motokoro kubanga atha asari ku fewer times. And it also doesn't mean that omuntu ari nya border most of their time agure motoka because atha tali nya border most of the time. One thing we need to understand is, you know, there are so many times when abantu to the border and you realize that it's the passenger to blame. Aba border ready to bamanyi. Omuntu batula ku border natandika ogivuga obwongo bulingo obuva mu mutwe nasigazaamu obuugi. So it's you the passenger to actually remind him why we have lives. Drive me properly, take me properly. That's the zebra crossing. Eyo maguru 10 oyo emotoka ayinza okutomera. It's you to remind the border guy. But do you know what happens? Passengers join border guys to abuse car owners. Musirugwe bichi byovuga simanya kakamotoka olina kamotoka ka raisi simanya gwasose a passenger, when in actual sense it's the border guy that was in wrong. You get what I'm saying? So even when you cannot afford a car, you can try to actually be safe. Now, this person, this lady that got an accident, they used 18 million. I can tell you that the husband could have afforded Uber, but he did not get the lady Uber. There are so many things that we can do. The husband could afford Uber, because if he could afford a bill of 18 million, definitely he could afford an Uber of 40,000. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you don't necessarily, because this lady doesn't go out often, she was going, it was a party. So for a party once in a while, for a wife you have spent more than 10 years with, you could actually get her an Uber, or just tell her don't go. But he did not get Uber. So there are so many things that we can do even when we don't have cars to keep ourselves safe. Because I don't want these misfortunes that happen to us, the accidents, the big hospital bills. I don't want them to be justifications for us to buy cars that we ideally cannot afford. Because we cross roads. Like now, my wife is crossing the road to go buy the boys' yogurt. Simanyo won't take it. Nti nebobo in a motoka, you're still exposed to these dangers, but you're not exposed to them as much as a person that doesn't have a car. But it doesn't mean that everyone should just go and buy a car. Martha, you said you no longer want Salman to be my in-law anymore, and I said, if you can them, that is personal business. You every super at 8 million. Net that's you. Actually, let me tell you this, Salman, and you guys that are watching. If you have 8 million, if you're quite a number plate vehicle, okay? If you have 8 million as a budget for a car, ogenda gula you UAG, UAJ, ogenda gula UAK, UAG, and I'm being very honest. If you have 8 million for a budget, if you're quite a number plate way, condition. Actually, if you have 10 million and below, okay? Toja nyona mateka nti ha million zange kumanya gula USA yo. You get what I'm saying? Okujja ko ngemoroka gyogenda okugula yajja ize numbers eziriko. Like if you're buying a Kruger and you have like 15 million, you're not going to find a Kruger on UAJ, UAK. Krugers start with the UAM. You get it? So it's good that you guys muberenga mumanyi what the reality is on the ground. No, nedaga mazima njagala gaberenga gali out there, because I have so many people that are going to come buy cars at 8 million, 9 million, 7 million. Right? So you need to understand it, or make kuja with the high expectations. And for the bed, it should be a discussion. I'd rather buy 1cc than using a border. And kadede 1cc ati kati bazisera no zisera. Okitegeera. No, but I totally understand you, Stuart. Banga nze nange border sichazisobola. Ate pichi yali enzise kati nze sichazisobola. I didn't really get an accident, but I almost crashed into an army truck. Okitegeera. So kati pichi sijivuga ne bwebera eriwo yokka. Okitegeera. I try as much as possible to avoid borders and motorcycles. Katulabe naye Arthur, what car can I get not beyond 10 million in 1.5cc?
You see that?
This one, eh?
That's one for fixing cars.
It's called a spanner.
Spanner?
Yes. It's called a spanner. It's used to open bolts on cars. Again. Bolts. Yes, bolts. So, kakati, Emma, 10 million and below, 10 million bara vits. Ne paso osobola okugifuna, but kapaso kaina engine embi. Kapaso kaina engine embi. Akokojja ofuna mu million 10. So I would rather you stick with the vits. But even the vits tojja kweronda nnyo mu namba, ojja funa oyinza ofuna R, S, T, you get it? But the vits you'll get, you most definitely you might get a 1.0cc. There are chances that you can get a 1.3, but the higher chances are that in Darajo is 10 million and below, nga 1.5 oyinza ofuna 10.
Did you buy that car?
No, I can't afford it now. Mtabani wange ali mukungamba gula Pajero. You can get 10 you can get at 10 million or below in good condition. You can get a Toyota Raum old model. Okay, it's also 1.5 cc. You can get a Mazda Demio, although I don't recommend it, because Mazda Demio is 1.5 cc. Orokanga si nyingi nno kati zosobola ofuna mweyo price range 1.5 zezo in actual sense, because I'm making sure that I recommend cars nga ne bwoba ogenze n'ogigula nga toli nange, the condition tejja kuba nzibu ya kukebera. You can actually go with another mechanic n'omanya ky'oyagala. So 10 million and below, if you want a car that is 1.5 cc and below, look at the Toyota Vitz, Toyota Raum old model, Toyota 10, okay?
That let my choice.
Toyota 10, the old model, of course. There are chances that you can get my Corolla, but those are very slim. So Sagarolo wasn't you will get my Corolla. Kuba ne yange wadde yamanyo sijiku. Yange ya million kati 18 moroka za bei. Yeah. Tina kwematira abalina moroka enna mwiyo era gisamne ate bwe ngisamu yingine empeoza sibalwa singide million 2 nga musanvu. No, but Emma, honestly, those are the cars you're going to get. Another thing, Primo, the ordinary and super, are they 1.8 cc or 2? Most of them are 1.8, but with your budget you use often a 2.0, not 1.8. Kakati sebo Salmi, ku million zo 8 olese jogo. Otandise n'okungamba oyagala super ne bweba UHU. Kugamba UHU is your baseline. Kale ka HU nsobola okukavuga. Salmi notaddemu ne jogo. Kati I will tell you guys, ku million 8 mu katale ka leero in the car market today. Teweronda bwoneronda bagenda kutomeza. And I've seen people, if you go to Facebook, I see people posting Primo super ngeri ku USZ musanvu kitundu. No kamba ono bagenda muba. You get, there are things that are very unrealistic. Oyina ateka ko RAV4 USZ million 8. What those brokers do is they want to pull you. Okitegeera. Ayagala kusika osembere akutomeze. Because wotoka air Primo jo bado yagala bakagitwala naye waliwo kino. That's what they do. You get it? I'll be patient. Super newe na aba UHU baba. Okay, is a newer Vauxhall reliable old model type? Newer Vauxhall is not a bad car, but it has overheating issues. Although I think that the overheating normally happens because people are reckless. Omanyi, those new model cars, tezina bulimi bwa temperature. Kaba katala, when the car is cold, it's blue. When the car is in optimal temperature, it doesn't light. When the car overheats, it's red. So I think people don't really look there. Mukisawa wano tibatunulawo akatala ne kake moroka ne echamuka nga talaban. That's normally the issue with the Vauxhall. And then it also has fuel system issues. Nti Vauxhall oyinajiwa mafuta mayonjo, otherwise you will suffer with it. I even saw someone that was selling over USZ million musanvu mutami agamba yetaaga nozo kati kiche baamugamba naye, you know, the mechanics will keep telling you nozo zendwadde naye nga ne bogula nozo tetereera. You get. So you need to understand Vauxhall ekyasobola okutawanyamu. Instead of buying a Vauxhall, just buy a newer. Yeah, it's not a mistake that the Vauxhalls are not very common on the road. Wabaawo ensonga lwaki teziri. Then yeah, Mr. Rusias, long time obadde obuze. I have 40 million. Which one do you recommend? Which ones do you want? I can't just recommend. Buli muntu alinako ne kyayagala. So I don't want to just say any car, because 40 million neyo Prado osobola okugifuna ye tuli maaso. Oginabi? 40 million osobola okufuna Prado, osobola okufuna Kawundo, osobola okufuna Vanguard, osobola okufuna bagiyita batyeno, osobola okufuna RAV4, osobola okufuna 40 million is good money. 40 million osobola okufuna Primo new model, ate ovuga na mpya, 40 million fielder kati nayo nawulidde tuse mu mine bale wale mukazi basirira obwere 40 million osobola ofuna rush 40 million osobola ofuna at 40 million is a good budget by the way 40 million emoroka gwe weeroboza nogamba bampe no okitegeera so 40 million is good money. That's one thing you need to understand. 40 million osobola ofuna ne Range Rover by the way. 40 million ogula ne bus. 40 million ofuna zi Subaru. 40 million ofuna Mercedes Benz. 40 million go ina budget nene kati gwe 40 million osobola okutandika okweronda va ku salumini. Okitegeera gwe 40 million you don't even have to be patient. Gwe bojane million zana ngamba naye atha million yana tusobola genda ko mu Toyota Uganda litujja yakaveera because at 40 million Toyota Uganda osobola ba wako cash nabo ne bakubanja. Genda Uncle Arthur, next year let me give myself time. Kufuna EQ. Yeah, definitely. Next year baguno omwaka. Oliwa next year. Kale. Ate next year mbasi kwagaliza EQ. Next year tulina okubanga tugenze. Next year njagala abantu bange mwenna abali kuno ne boba watandika ne moro kankade. Next year tulina okubanga tu upgrade nze. Olaba nange next year kano nja parking abana bali kevuka. Nange next year njagala mbenga mbiri rongose mukko. Okitegeera. Stuart nange binnemye okutegeera because I personally want a fielder. Naye with my budget 15 million nyinza okufuna 10 because olabe ya Arthur ya 18. You guys omuntu kirabika ajja kuvuga tukutuku. No, but you guys a young just situunda. That's why I'm saying those enormous amounts. The more young sijitunda because I'm learning to be grateful for the good things in my life. So tewali nsonga lwaki ntunda akamotoka kange akali reliable bwekate. The only thing I can do is make it better, put a new engine, facelift it and all. Okitegeera. Anti this year obukoko buntuddemu. Next year tetotolowoleza mu Primo Super. Next year tugende mu Primo new model. Okitegeera. Next year tugende mu Primo new model. Ojja kuba ogisobola. Nze nkimanyi. Omuntu atatudde ng'okola. Okitegeera. Omuntu atatudde ng'okola. I can tell you your life can get transformed in like 6 months. Me, I've seen it happen even in my life. Nti newobo obadde struggling. You can struggle for a year. And then next year ne bakusanga ne bata ono ye Salmini waluli nga tebakutegeera okitegeera. So but with your 15 million Emma, you also have a lot of choices. 15 million osobola ofuna Spacio new model, osobola ofuna RAV4 actually ne RAV4 new model osobola okugifuna ya VVTi ya 1.8 osobola okufuna Raum new model. 15 million osobola okufuna Primo new model. Okitegeera naye kati Primo new model bate weeronda nnyo tuba tunoonya condition ne bweba Spacio y'okweronda togira nnyo ne Spacio new model naye tuba tunoonya condition. 15 million already nabagamba twafuna Kruger naye gwalina gwo mukisa okugifuna nga nnungi nga bwe yali. 15 million osobola okufuna Paso ya 1.3 nga nnungi. 15 million you can get a Ractis. 15 million you can get a Noah. 15 million fielder yokajo oyagala ojafuna fielder but 15 million ojafuna fielder ngeri mwaka ngogwe moroka yange 2 okitegeera. So that's one thing you need to understand. Nti 15 million mu fielder bato ina nnyo choice. Era nayo mu fielder bate weeronda nnyo jane million 15 tuba tunoonya condition. Okitegeera tuyinza because 15 million omuntu wakugamba nti you can get a 2006 fielder abakulimbye. Okitegeera bw'oba ogifunye oba tojja kweronda oba ojja funa ku ziri field ezasookera ddala okujja. Where is it? I've not been given. Mommy hasn't given me. Okay, can you open it? Make sure you don't pour. 15 million wherever fielder Emma, you don't have to be picky. Okay, with your 15 million you'll get a fielder, but please don't be picky. If we get a 2006 and it's in good condition, never very UAM, if it's there, take it. Recently I saw a fielder The same model was my car, and it was a UAA, but it looked nice. And I'm thinking it was a government car that was sold to someone, and they just transferred even the number plates. So it was a UAA, and if you got a UAA Fielder, and because they were selling it over 9 million, but it was a 2003 model. I would drive it. I don't know if you would. So, but anyway, yeah, Fielder nkugambe kati ekyo gwe kyolina okulowooza. Hi Arthur, good morning. How about this BM? My dear Barry. Nyine mmotoka zesitunula nako because
not too much.
How many BMWs do you see on the road? Barry, how many BMWs do you see on the road? I've driven this entire week. I've not seen a BMW on the road. Not even the SUVs, not the sedans, not the hatchbacks. Abba, you're finishing my juice.
No.
Young man.
Stop and close it now. It's going to
I think, Barry, you should leave the BMWs. Okujanga, you have other cars at home. Eh? If it's going to be like your own car, your only car, I prefer that you leave it. That's my advice. I don't even want to do review on BMWs because I'd be spreading false information that BMWs, if I come and tell you this is like the most reliable BMW ever, like according to who in Uganda? Because if I can drive 100, I can count 100 cars and I don't see a BMW, it's not accidental. It means the BMW is just not a very reliable car for us in Uganda. So I wouldn't advise a young person like me or a young person in my age group to buy BMW. Kujango oli mu road ate bw'oba mu road kitegeeza gwe tojja na kufa imotoka ne bw'ekusumbuwa, you have a lot of money to actually repair it. Okitegeera. So I would think Barry ya BMW tugira tubyesonyiwa oba M series oba, because people are even driving more Kias than BMWs, because where I am parked I've seen like 3 Kias but I've not seen a BMW. Okitegeera. And the people that are driving Kias bazivuga mpya kaveera, it means they are spending 60 million 70 million, you get. So 15 million Emma, you can get that Volkswagen of Council, you know. You want Emma to shower everyone. Emma tukangaloza wali aba muloga ra BMW. After I can adjust to any other better options only if they don't have to exceed 1.5cc. No is 2.0cc. Yeah, but since you like hatchbacks, then you stick to the Fielder. But with the 15 million, you might end up getting a 2003 model, and the number plate will not be very new. Okitegeera, right? Chocho, you know, kumanya, because when we were looking for Paul's Fielder, we tried to know modoka twazinonyeza million 17 ge yatufuna modo nge yange mu million 17. Okitegeera. So that's I prefer that you know where you stand. Bobanga, you can get a Sienta. Does Sienta live up to your test? The Toyota Sienta, because I find the Sienta is not a very bad car. Salmin, I stick with Toyota, and if not, I will stay with my Toyota. So katifa ba RAV4 tunonye meka akatengo kankute RAV4, like I said, 9-10 million is okay for RAV4. Yeah, 9-10 million is okay. 9-10 is okay for the old model, eh? Because if Ziwa has come, because we're going to buy a RAV4 for Ziwa today, I assume we're going to buy a RAV4 because he has actually quite adjusted. He has said newagwa ku chips amunga chipya nya chigura, because budget yesuka ko million yomukaga. So he has actually adjusted. So RAV4 9-10 up to 15 you can be getting a new model. And bu new model bulabika bulungi. Hey Arthur, how much of a budget can I get a used Sienta? Used Sienta 50. Let me see how much you. Hey, you boy. You've taken all of it.
No.
So I think at 15 million you can get a Sienta that is good. 15. I wouldn't advise you to go lower than 15 because hata wajaba ofuna moroka abantu ze bakoye bachusiza gearbox batademu ordinary gearbox olumutechuusa and all that, and I think you don't want to get that. Yeah, I would prefer RAV4 also, but it's 2cc. Driving it to Wobble's where I have my project is okunyigira. Yeah, I'm actually considering getting a DIY project, like buying a Chikumi and I put a VVTI engine like the one that is in mine. Buy Chikumi old model, put this new engine. Because the other one is actually lighter and all that. And then buying the RAV4 old model and putting the new VVTI engine, 1.8cc no G2 Zymo board, and then you see what happens. Probably can give you better mileage, and I don't know where they are. Did I give them to you yesterday? Yeah, so Arthur, I recently bought an IST new model 36 million odometer at 50k from Cosmos. I feel I could have gotten better deal if I had known you by then. It's a UBM. Yeah, but kuda woulda shoulda tetuda yeyo ochitegere, right? But you know IST is quite overpriced, so I'm thinking that might have been a fair deal. But no worries, 50k on the odometer is good. 50k obanga avuge moroka yakatambula ko like 2 years. So almost a moroka each eringa empya ochitegera, so don't feel bad about it. Yeah. Ndoza checho today ku bintu byaffe banange, guys, not everyone should buy a car. Era bwolaba mutowo nga akola ensobi mugambe togula. You get, because I believe, yes, we all love cars, but I believe it's like kind of my responsibility to make sure that you guys don't make mistakes on my watch, because I know there are so many people that buy cars ngate bazigula nange nga I am not there when they are buying the cars. So just to make sure that you don't nebobo osaze okugula ngate oguze nange, you think back and say, okay, should I be buying a car? Ochitegera. And when I start thinking, I realize that, okay, so I think sometime when I bought my first car, I shouldn't have been buying that car. I bought my first car at the wrong time, and I believe I've actually been lucky, or I've been really a hard worker to be that I could actually afford this car up to this time, have kids, keep them healthy, give them the right food, be able to actually start building a home for myself. You get, I believe there is a certain kind of luck that has been with me, because at the time that I bought my first car, man, nga ba girlfriend we bateka mu amafuta tewateka nga mu amafuta tewateka nga amafuta mu yange.
Yes. Babe, come on.
Nze kadandi babulira that time ndali kanalisi inagula motoka, because if you reach a point nga tosola nga girlfriend yakuterera amafuta mu motoka, ateka ndo abasajja abakulu tuba tukuze ekyo bato kyasobola kukikola, obukazi akuterera amafuta mu motoka kiba kiswaza, okitegeera. But I don't think anyone should get to that situation where you have a car but you cannot fuel it. You have a car but you cannot buy tires for it. Linda kama lokufuluma toketu byogereke. Salve, Linda mulinda Arthur. Give me my money, by the way. You're giving me my money.
But you know, I'm going to watch that broadcast when I go.
Arthur, is it possible to get the new model RAV4 and fix in 1.5? Tosobola. The RAV4 is standing at 1.8cc kwambuka wagulu, so you can't.
What?
Someone has threatened me that they are going to watch the broadcast after. So Salmi, betuja bikola on WhatsApp.
No, I want to work. Feel free.
Yeah, so nene bwana babira byatana nkuba yazala daba na alagawa taina jalaga. You cannot put a 1.5cc engine in that car. Arthur, boyfriends of these days are not ashamed. Nange nalisi swara bwe nabera mweje emyaka. Hey, nalisi swara ninagwe nasindisake mmotoka, si ono of course oli yali mulala. Motoka yasika nga tuli awo ngewa bakuli nga tugenda ku shero. Nebagamba mufulume paka ku shero netekamu omutwalo ndugutu neguntuuse waka oba yenna muleka okuba teyagenda nange. So nawagadde ne jambia. No, but I think Martha, the thing with boys in their teens and early 20s is that baba betetenkanya okitegeera kati ensonyi omanyi, have you seen someone that has HIV alwala ne yeekweka n'atuuka n'abivako naga neekwekera kimbulina buli omu akimanyi n'atandika kutambula ng'akoze ali ati nga mwaba mulaba mmwe muswala mugagayi nga ggwawo nga mmwe mwekweka nga ye takyekweka. I think it's the level at which boyfriends in their early 20s and late teens are. Baba tebakyaswala nga gakati nfaaki sirina mafuta sirina mmere anjagala yajjoggula okitegeera. I want a model 2015 ku 40 million, which RAV4 2015 I'll ask for you. Leave him. Oh, you have put.
I'm going. Yes, the last one.
Nana, don't be bad. Let me put. Okay.
I'm done.
Oh.
Okay.
Who is disturbing you? Tell her to stop.
Okay.
But I do live energy.
But do it energy.
But I tell mommy too. But
2015, I'll ask for you. I'll probably have an answer tomorrow in the morning. Yeah. Toyota Yaris 1MT 1.5 2023 Toyota Yaris. Yeah, price in Uganda. Uganda is Uganda shilling 65. That's the price at Toyota. Yeah, 65. But you know me, if I had 65 million, I would go and I'll buy a new car. Ngakavera. Nganze njetandikidde. You're selling VW Bora. Ojituna sente beka Charles. How much are you selling that Bora? Yeah? How much are you selling the Bora? To bully the bay. I tell you, share also pictures. I don't know if this chat allows sharing pictures. Yeah, but how much are you selling the Bora? Guys, avoid the Bora what the Charles yajitunda. Temugula izo motoka. Zijja bakyayisa abantu utandika okugamba obeeri mu obuti. Ezo motoka ezo goofu. Muziveeko. Jigulenga motoka yakusatu oba yakuna. Okitegeera. You should buy cars like my Corolla. Hey, I've seen a BMW. You see why I'm telling you, Agaba, to leave BMWs? I've seen a BMW, and I'm even surprised it's on the road. I've seen one, by the way. But then I'll go grab a BMW. You know, Nazimba, but I need a car because I always go to village 4 days a week. I use a border. My budget is around 8-9 million. Atezo tezizimba. Hey, nze nazimbisa million nya salumini gwozanya n'okuzanya. Nazimba ne million nya ne nyingira. I entered my house with pride. 4 million. You people, you don't know. But of course that was 2016. But if I built a house at 4 million in 2016, 2008, 2022, you can build with 8. What's your take, uncle? 8 to 9 million, still gain a primo. Chances you can get a 1.8 cc. Brother, at 25, can I get? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Mr. Lucius. 25, you can get. You can get us that RAV4. I mean the Subaru. Yes, the Subaru. Salmin, 8 to 9 million. Kati Lowoza, Primo, Lowoza, what way more Kavajita, Vista Adeo. Because I'm looking at cars that are 1.8 cc. And Vista Adeo or Vista, there are two Vistas. There's one that is a sedan, and then there is one that is a estate. So Vista, think about the Vista because it's VVTi. The Primo is not VVTi. 8 to 9 you can actually get a Vitz 1.0 cc. It will not be so healthy, but it will be drivable. 8 to 9, it's just that the car market is confusing right now. It's strange. Vista Primo, Vitz. You can get a Vitz. You can get a Vitz, I'm sure. 1.0. It will not be so good, but it will be drivable. You can drive to the village, collect money to buy a new engine, because the engine will not be very good. With the current car market, you could get a Paso, but the Paso I wouldn't recommend. Chances are high that it won't be as good as a Vitz, even when the Vitz will not be so good. Tendowooza tulowolezaawo Salmin, tulowolezaawo. The thing with the Primo is that the Primo, you could actually get it lower. You could get it at 7, depending on availability. You could get, yeah. Then you use the other money to put new tires, make it more comfortable and all. You get. But you know, people are buying Mazdas. Eh? More people are buying the Mazdas. I'm thinking the spray again down with and our bay na wali. So you could actually also think about the Mazda Demio, depending on availability, of course. Which other car? I think my mind is actually blocked for options now. Naiku Pyramid walimba say one is because you're going to drive it for work, for the farm. By the way, guys, there are exceptions to that pyramid. Hey, 40 million yagala kavera musajja gwe. Togenda gula Kia. Kubanga when I look at all those cars, Kia might be the cheap car that you could probably get at 40. I'm going to go to Kia and actually research for you guys. Probably Kia might have some cheap cars there. But you know, akavera ku million yana bagayi bange. Tuguze pitch. Million yana kavera. Pozi nga bagenda kubanja. So, pyramid, there is an exception to that pyramid, guys. That you can be at the basic need level, okay? You can be at the basic need level, yet still buy a car for business. Because that car is going to help you to get out of this situation to the better situation. So you're not actually buying a car for luxury. So even when you're at the basic, there I can actually second you to buy a car, because it's going to be for business, so that you can actually get out of the situation. Like Martha was saying, and I was telling her, you know what, you're buying your Ipsum so that you make money to get out of this situation to the next level. So there is an exception, then you can buy it. Bwoba dogula moroka ya kwevuga avuga naye ng'okyali mu pyramid eri wansi oba kati oba weewanise. Naye bw'oba oyigenda giko obanga atadde capital in a business. Okitegeera. So you talked about the pyramid, but it's possible to lying in both segments of the no, it can't. You cannot be in both segments. You get it? Let me try to specify. The first segment is you trying to be alive. Okay? The first segment is you trying to be alive. Is you needing food, needing balanced diet, needing shelter, needing clothes, okay? Needing bed. At that moment, in the first segment of the pyramid, you don't even care. Sometimes you might not even care where you sleep. That's why in yesterday's video, the one I uploaded in the evening, I kept saying, bobanga neighbor bw'aba akola byakola ekiro biwulira eby'emmotoka biveeko, because you're still in the very first segment. Like if you even choose days to eat meat, like okay, we will, and the choosing, there are people that choose we will eat meat only on Sunday because of health reasons. Like we only eat meat on Sunday because Dr. Kasenene says meat causes cancer. Not that they can't afford. But if the reason you're choosing to eat meat only on Sunday is because the kilo of meat is expensive, then you should not be buying a car. Okay? If the reason why you're not buying matoke is because now they're counting to 8 pieces of matoke, and 8 pieces are not enough, so you choose to eat posho, then you should not buy a car. You get? Because that's the level of I need to make this tight. The level we are talking about is the level of survival. And I totally realize that majority we need to buy food for the entire year. But what way chisuka Like if you don't work today, you will not eat today. Or if you don't work today, tomorrow there is no food. If you're still at that level, then buying a car should not be in your. You should be having efforts of only improving your life. Like that should be the only thing you focus on. That's how the pyramid works. So you cannot be that ochano nyamere ya lero atera you're looking for comfort. You can't. There is no person that has ever been comfortable ngataina mmere. Ya pyramid tewabitegedde. But Emma, did you watch the video? The one I uploaded yesterday. I'm going to, of course, to do another video probably today or tomorrow, depending on how this today goes. Ebyo bya sabitegedde kubanga ndudde okulaba amaka agalimu menu. Nange ndabika ndi ku level of survival because other than this job, I have no other income sources. Auntie, gwe kyoba omanya kiri kimu Emma. Being on out of the level of survival doesn't mean you have many sources of income. Which again, being out of survival, you can have one job, but with that job you can actually survive. You are comfortable kali. Emmere ogigulanga bw'oyagala engoye ozigulanga bw'oyagala ye level gye tugamba. Because osobola okubanga level wagivaamu naye ng'osobola ogiddamu. That's another thing. Okitegeera. Kati level wagivaamu gwe Emma, from what I know about you, you're out of that level. Okitegeera. The level in the pyramid gye twogerako ya survival is when people are still looking for today's food, because Emma, you might come home and not work for 3 months but still have food to eat, still have a roof over your head, still be able to buy the clothes you need. Now the level of people that should not be buying cars is the level of the guys that ride borders as every, okay, is the level of guys abakola mbutale, most of them is the level of some border riders. Is the level of some Uber drivers, because I know some of them. Is the level of a taxi conductor. That level. The level nga emmere ebe kubyampi. The level nga omwana bwalwala bamuwe ekigaji. That's the level I'm talking about. Woba oli mu eyo level. I remember last year around Easter, my son got banned. He was playing Nasambe Sepichi Obuji, and the kinds of advices I was getting from people. Fune chikutia, simanya ochiteke muji, ochimutekeko. Simanya gendo fune oil wa transformer. Simanya muteke kobichi. The level of advice I was getting motivated me to work really hard. Because all these advices were being given by people that don't want to take their kids to hospital. And I'm sure you've seen kids where nga omwana yajja obuji na inge enkovu ezimbi ebweti. Okitegeera, those are people that don't take their kids to hospital because they're trying to save money. Now, if you're at that level, don't buy a car. If you are at the level that compromises your kids' health. I remember I have a friend of mine that said he's having many kids because some of them might die. You know, it's a sad thing, but it makes me laugh every time. Because why are you even imagining that your kids will die? Nti nyinza obutasobola batwala mu ddwaliro. Okitegeera. Kati instead of actually preserving the small number you have, okole nnyo osobola okubanga you can afford better medical care, actually oli mu kuzaala balala. Nti senga bakulema okulabirira obulungi. You get what I'm saying? If you are at that level that still thinks that one way for you to have surviving kids is by having many of them, that in case something happens to a few of them, you keep some of them. We should all be striving to make life better, but make it better in terms of finance. Bubanga abana boyina already tosobola balabirira bulungi ate tozaala balala. Emmotoka kumpi eringa mwana, but emmotoka eyinza okuba eri better than a child, because emmotoka bwekulemerera ogitunda at least ogiguza abatemi, omwana teri amuggulako. Okitegeera. This is the actually this person is a friend of mine, very close friend of mine. Our thinking are totally different. He told me yabana azaala because he has a doctor friend of his. Mukazi we baba agenda okuzaala muwaye emitwalo 10. Can you imagine putting your wife's life in danger? Gwe kuzaala kwawo okwa emitwalo 10 nga ne mama kit tebagitunda mutwalo gumu. You get what I'm saying? Mama kit, you guys know what mama kit is. That kit that women buy when they're about to give birth. It has gauze, it has sponge, those things they use during delivery. Even a mama kit is not 10K. But you're giving a doctor who is going to have a nurse, who is going to use IVs, who is going to use medicine, who will probably stitch your wife or get a more mitwaro kumi azaliso omwana. You can imagine such people that have a thinking we taina kugula morokira kati tajidina by the way. Taina mo yabiva ku yazidi aline biseere ebyo nendo zanatuka ere obulamu ne butabuka. Moroka na akola ki? Moroka na agivaako. You get. The Vista is a very reliable car, Salmin. Very reliable. Ira ugigule wogisanga n'ogikeberanga nnungi. After I did, believe me or not, I always check even your community every day to see if you have posted anything that I might have missed. So, but Emma, kyenyonyodde simanyi oba kitegeerekese. Mbwawo okuwulira abanoonya spare wa Vista. Maybe it shares the spare with other cars. Yeah, it does. It does. Ate erwawo era okufa. Vista erwawo okufa. Erwirawo nno ddala. Okitegeera. No, omugwagwa avuga bubi. Nvudde eri nga avuga bubi oyo omugwagwa oyo wa Harrier Kawundo. Avuga bubi. Batamanyi bumanya mmoroka mukama yamanyi. Would you advise someone earning 1 million a month to buy a car? $1 million a month. Kakati, buying a car for what? Because that's another thing. Because Michael, that's a tough question. Because looking at my expenditure on the car, yeah. Of course, I come from far, but I narimvuge Morocco Kasangati every day. But then I was driving it together. My wife goes to work, I go to work, so it was driving two people. Irange nakuzesikola alinya tax because it doesn't make sense to take a car when it's one person. Ngira na irwa atakola sometimes but me I'm addicted to my car. But anyway, let me try to do the math for you, Michael. I think that will help you. I don't want to decide for someone because they are making 1 million, but they think 1 million is enough to maintain a car and a home. Let me do the math for you. And I'm doing the math for a car. If you are waka, buli omwa manyi bwa managing e waka. Waliwo oli agamba nze waka omwezi emitwalo 10 jimmala. Kitegeera. But for a car, on average, at least once a month, you'll spend 5,000 on air pressure and oil. Take a mumuka because there is no petrol station you're going to go. We pikire mo muka. So oyo muntu akutera mo muka, you're going to give them a 1K. So count 5K a month. Okay. Then in terms of fuel, let's imagine you use 100,000 a week. Okay, and I'm imagining you use 20,000. Okay, let's just say you live very near your workplace and you drive and you use 10K. So that's around 70,000 a week, 140 to 80,000 a month in terms of fuel. Now, if you're going to be that's if you're going to be driving your car every day. And like I've said, guys, if you're not going to be driving your car every day, you might as well not buy a car. But if you're going to be driving your car every day, you have already spent 280,000 on fuel. You have spent 5,000 on tire pressure. So that's around 285,000 if it doesn't get any issue. Okay, that's if it doesn't get any issue. So if you make 1 million, you have already spent half of it on the car. Does that make sense? Now I'm also imagining that to buy this car, this is money you saved up for some time. So you're not touching the salary. So if you have a car, on average you're going to be using 750,000 on other things. If that's okay, then you should buy a car. Because buying a car should be a mathematical decision. It should not be something that you buy emotionally. But if your car gets any issue along the way, like for example, and the battery runs out, for people to jump start you, you'll spend at least 10K. So if your car if you're not very careful and it runs out of battery at least once, that means you're going to use 295,000. That's at 300,000. So it means you have 700,000 remaining. So I think that math can help you, Mr. Luzinda, to make a decision on whether to buy a car or not, which take it, and whether it's viable. If you're going to be driving it for work or for business, like I have a follower here who said for him, he's going to buy a car. He sells bed covers and all, so he's going to also be using that car to sell bed covers. Michael, if I myself can have a chance of earning 1 million back home, I quit today, and yes, I can buy a car. Ati kati Emma kyatabagambye yazimba dde olubiri lwe. Emma tapangisa, okitegeera bw'aba wakupangisa kati aba akikozenga choice. So I'm imagining that Michael, if you're renting, let's say a house at 250, no gatako ez'amafuta oba osigaza emitwalo 5 to take you throughout the month. Is that viable? And remember, we are saying you're driving. If you don't pay for parking any day, then that's okay. But if you pay for parking, that might not be a viable option. You pay for rent, emitwalo 25, ogula amafuta n'ebintu ebirala gye tubaze emitwalo 3, then osasule parking weba ya 10,000 every day. If you don't, where you stay you don't have parking, 10,000 every day, 30,000. Kitegeeza already tuyingidde emitwalo 25, tuyingidde emitwalo 6. Kitegeeza you have 400,000 remaining to take care of your other needs, medical, food, buying a shoe here or there, buying airtime and data. You get, so the math should guide you. Arthur or Linzita one day 5 million. Go Charles mwagala kukola ki? Golf bazigule million 5 eri ku UBB. Nzeyi pa mzeyi. Golf bazigule million 5 eri ku UBG. Charles zito on UBG. Kare. But anyway, I'm just joking, Charles. You'll get someone to buy it. Arthur, a chamazima fe to biwa. I have a plot of 100 by 100 where I planted cassava on Monday. It's like 3 months now, but I have invested 250k already. My point was for domestic use, but ntademu much. 250, my God. Ogenda kujja mu lumonde wa sente mmekoye. But anyway, tomanya oyinza okutuuka n'obibalanga bivaayo. Arthur, I think you should use your company to help Nkuba Cheyo's on every aspect of their investment, not only limited to cars. That's my opinion. Man, thank you for the advice. Can't you Ozeko? Vista is 1.8 cc. Yes, Salmin. Yes. When I want to work up, you can't. So, it should be a question of mathematics. And also you should also consider will I be able to develop as a person? Because there are chances that you buying a car will actually lead you to poverty. You get? Personally, if I were earning 1 million, I would not buy a car. If I were earning 1 million, I would buy a motorcycle. It's dangerous, but I can be careful. I know friends that have driven motorcycles for years, but after the accident on any day. So that's why I'm telling you that if I were earning 1 million a month, I would definitely buy a motorcycle because it saves fuel, it saves time. I would not buy a car 1 million because, my brother, million yamuteberekako kati ogigatteko emmotoka tetuganye ogenda kumpa pre-purchase inspection fee naye maama zireete bw'oba osazeewo okugigula zireete nzirye ate kati someone has to eat that money. If I don't eat it, someone else will eat it. But you bring and we eat it. You get, you bring and we eat it. But if I don't eat that money, someone else will eat it. Bayinza n'okukubbireeyo nga nage wali mpadde ne nkuyambako okusevinga okugula emmoroka ennungi ate ne bakubbanga miliyoni 3 okitegeera. If at all I need to change an engine for a visitor, is it affordable? Yes. Engine ya visitor ebeera mu Primo new model. Nizo jigula miliyoni nga 3 kitundu. But I don't want you to think that if you buy a car with Arthur, you're going to buy a car that you're going to change an engine. Okujako nga Arthur has told you that you will change an engine. I want you to take note of that. And most VVTi engines don't need changing. Mumulabye omwana wa boda alinga yakoze appointment nange nti at this time I will slam the brakes. You guys, I need you to understand one thing. If you buy a car with Arthur, if he doesn't specifically tell you not to change an engine, don't think about it. If you bought a Vista at 8 to 9 million, you will not be needing to change an engine. Trust me, if ever I tell someone to buy a car where they are going to need to change an engine, we will buy the car cheaper and we will have the money reserved on their budget for the engine. That's always what I do. I cannot buy a car 12 million when it needs an engine. I'll definitely tell you to buy a car at 9 million if it needs an engine, so that you spend the 3 million to put a new engine. That's always my math. So I don't want you to worry. Yeah. So back to the issue of cars. Weba guy, nze sinza gula kati Land Cruiser eyo. Ba newanise. Era lero I'm going to do the video on the other steps of levels of Maslow's hierarchy. Tijja kulaga bani ate abalina okugula zi V8 zina ate tuleme kwewanika. I'm sure we all know someone that bought a Pajero only to end up on a border again, because Pajero yadane sente zaali badde zisobola okumubeezaawo nayo ne yeerya n'agitunda agenda malirizo gitunda nga nayo yennyini tasobola gijjamu sente zisobola gulayo kamoroka katono okitegeera. So we don't need to overstep. Yeah, so of course the hierarchy should guide even business. People that have services and products that serve people at the bottom of the pyramid make a lot of money. Baba no bayigira we motoka ndoza baba we ngombe ne bagamba gikubenga buli kiseera kasita bayiga okulinnya omuliro. You guys, if you're going to think of a business idea, especially you guys that are coming from abroad, people that have businesses that serve people at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, bottom of the pyramid are the people that are looking for daily needs. They are looking for food, they are looking for basic clothing, they are looking for water. That's why national water makes a lot of money, because that's a need we cannot do without. If you're going to create a business and you don't have a lot of capital, the business you should invest in is a business that that serves people at the bottom of the pyramid. I work with a certain lady, and she's sharp. She deals in children's clothing, because you realize that however poor people are, they have to buy clothes for their kids, and she makes money. I help her keep her money, but she makes money. Uli omwana mugezi era nalingamba muto wange waloba ono mwala gwali oyina okukwana mwala mugezi. So if you're going to be starting a business at any moment in your life, and you have a small capital, the businesses you should think about are the businesses that serve people at the bottom of the pyramid. Your Songorachi Rolex stands make a lot of money. Abakazi abasika muwogo bakola sente, abakola amazzi g'ekikumi bakola sente, abakola amazzi g'ebitano bakola sente, because no one can do without water. You need a snack for breakfast, so you need to eat muwogo, you need to eat sumbi, you need to eat chapati, tegeira. So bottom of the pyramid businesses make a lot of money. So if you're thinking of starting a business and and you have limited capital, I would advise that you think in that angle. The business ya Matthew jagenda mweyo. People need to transport their kids whether they like it or not. Omwana I know genda kusomera I know kudde waka. Okitegeera. As long as the kid goes to school, they need to go back home, and the parent will not be there all the time. So that's a basic need. Kati awebegenze mu safety. Na yate ne mu safety mwenyine muba mu basic needs zaamu nti I take my kids to a school far away from home, they need to come back home safe. So your selling point, Martha, would be why use a border when Aunt Martha is there? You can actually call them Aunt Martha's, that is in terms of marketing. Aunt Martha's, bazita batya emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Ekyo ekigambo kibanna oluzungu lutabanja. Bazita batya? See, school bus, there is another word they use. So you say Aunt Martha's cars or Aunt Martha's vans or Aunt Martha's, what you take it, right? Because people relate Aunt Martha as a name to safety, because it's a lady that is in charge. She'll treat our kids motherly. Era gwe Martha bonokuma we Kampala ngononya partner. Kastoba ngoli business minded ojjale to partnering. Your business say you judge kola musente Aunt Martha. Okitegeera. Shuttles, yes, Aunt Martha's shuttles. Okitegeera. Mami Martha's shuttles, something like that. You can create very good branding because it's a necessity for people in that category of life. Abatu sokutwala abana masomero ageetaaga shuttle. Good morning, Central Forex. School shuttles, yes. I was looking for the word shuttles. Okitegeera. Aunt Martha's shuttles. Aunt Martha shuttle service. Aunt Martha. Yes. Okitegeera. So Boborowoza, in terms of business, think about the bottom of the pyramid. Bottom of the pyramid is where the biggest market is. Chovora Bukedde ekola nnyo because Bukedde serves the bottom of the pyramid. Abantu abatali mu lwepanko. Okitegeera. That's the Bukedde market. Every TV station that has come and it was targeting bottom of the pyramid made money. Of course, never nabo bakola sente, but bottom of the pyramid is very easy to make money because bottom of the pyramid for Bukedde, like it attracts all kinds of advertisers. About advertising obunzaali, about advertising mulondo tea drink, about advertising abichi bonna bonna bajja ku Bukedde because Bukedde gives shows to their target market. Okitegeera. Chovola, even YouTube channels that are serving the bottom of the pyramid, nazo zikola nnyo. Izo Stuart Zagambe zaba blogger, baita ba blogger. They serve everyone the bottom of the pyramid. Zina following nene because zabuli. You see this channel? My channel is not for everyone. Channel yange si ya buli muntu. Chovola ateriko ba follower mitwalo 10. Okitegeera. Senga channel yange badde ekola conspiracy theories. Simanya kati abatta Gaddafi bakola bwe bati. Yangola be byafaayo. You would see plenty of people here. You will find that border guys are riding nayenga bantadde ku channel banda ba live. You get what I'm saying? Because the bottom of the pyramid be ekolachi. And I would like to tell you guys, most of you guys that are watching here are watching this channel. Temuchari ku bottom of the pyramid. You're thinking you're at the bottom of the pyramid because probably your needs are more than what you expected. So you think you are at the bottom of the pyramid, but most of you are not at the bottom of the pyramid. You get Jagara Kola Nama Kola Manyiga Kisajja Arthur. Will you be willing to partner with me? Manyiga Kisajja? It's a business because those businesses, it's just that in Uganda you don't have a lot of monitoring, but those businesses have a lot of regulation. This budget about UNBS. You need to pay UNBS a lot of money to keep in the market. The one who has put in a cassava planting, you can add value by frying, yes, and selling. Business idea just dawned on me. Yes, you can add value by frying it. Kati business ekolera muntu nga ali wano nakola kasava nalaba nga biyinza omusanga nga muwogo wange nja mwesiikira. Okitegeera. it would work for someone that is already in Uganda. Those businesses are in matching. Hey, good morning, JK. Zikola nyo. Bottom of the pyramid businesses. But I'll tell you, the bottom of the pyramid businesses make a lot of money. It's just that the people that make that money have a lot of needs. Because also, bottom of the pyramid businesses are done by people that are surviving. The needs are too many. And the people that are surviving in Uganda, for example, needs. You'll find that the person already has 4 kids. Bamumenya. But because bamumenya, they understand the predicament they are going through. Bwasanga omulala amenyebwa ate naye ayagala amuyambe ne yeeyongerako load ne yeeyongerako ekizibu ne yeeyongerako bizibu ku bizibu. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you find that people that are at the bottom of the pyramid, majority of the time it's very hard for them to get out of the bottom of the pyramid. They don't even know how to get out of that place most of the times, because you'll find that the family has been at the bottom of the pyramid for generations. Their great-grandfather was poor, the grandfather was poor, the father was poor, they are poor, their children are going to be poor, their grandchildren are going to be poor, their great-grandchildren are going to be poor, because they did not know the things that we know. The things that we are sharing on this channel, they did not know. Katnewesanga generation after generation, obwavu tebubavaamu. Kyogereko abavu bazaala nnyo. Mbadde saagala kukireta bwentyo jeke. Some people feel attacked. There are people that believe ekyo obugagga buli mu kuzaala. There are people that believe that obugagga buli mu kuzaala nti era buli mwana ajja n'omukisa gwe. Kati gwe omugambe nti tozaala nnyo ajja kulaba nga gwamwataakinga. You get? But it's a fact. Poor people, I think it's a factor of time. They have plenty of time. Gwe jeke woberera ne stress. No gamba lero nyina stress nyingi nnyo mutaka nagaano okukola bali they are used to the stress. Mutaka akola 24/7. You find a woman selling roadside chips has 6 kids. Yeah, JK, it happens. Atenga achazaala awulira abaana mukaaga tebamumala. Ayagala zaala nga 8. And most of the times those people they don't have those many kids because of any reason. Sometimes you'll find that they have many kids because their parents had many kids, and according to them they believe because they had a lot of fun when they were growing up, because they were laughing, so they believe their kids will also have a lot of fun as they grow up. An Arab gave me the business idea of Manyiga Chisajja. Alofuna yo kasina akawano bagayiba 10 mugirabe eyo eyimiridde nno eyo omusajja ajja kugamba miliyoni 6 ate nga 10 ejja mu kibuga ebe eyimiridde yiye ayina ne file emabega eyo nefufu era yokateyingiza giraba ayina ne files emabega ku dashboard y'emabega kale ogirabe 10 bwetambula. Sorry, I had to mute. I was negotiating. Sagala kulabika nga ali bottom of the pyramid. Negotiation yange eringa ya bottom of the pyramid. Bulikamu nkajira. Wama Martha, thank you. I see everyone who is a male, young and old can't resist buying manhood enhancing, but I've resisted for a very long time. Nina manji nnyo. An Arab gave me that business idea of Manyiga Chisajja, and he told me that men are passionate about money. Even if he has it, he will still buy your products. Thank you. Okay. Nah, that's an angle method that you can decide. Emma jayagale yo 10 mugira bebadde ayimiridde. Salmin Moko. Nze nja kugula yonna ekikulu kasitebeera motoka. Aunt Martha Kalift. Yes. Walaba amanya gatandise n'okujja. I can't buy those things. Nze nange sibigula because amaanyi g'ekisajja tegalina kigatwongerako. Ate oba ne bwoba n'amaanyi mangi nga mukyala wo wakugenda bbali agenda kati gwe oba weetawaanyizaaki. abakyala kibasigaza simaanyi naye byonna byonna byakwerimba. People are calling me aunt now. No, it's just a business name. That's a business name that will work for you. It will make kids feel safe. It will make, actually you can decide into business yo bakyala be bavuga ne moroka. Okitegeera. Bonna babenga babayita Aunt Martha. Okitegeera. That's like a branding thing. It will definitely work for you. Okitegeera. So don't take offense. That's a business idea that you already have the business idea, but we are giving you branding ideas. Yeah, the only manpower I know is money. Why? What tukanga manpower wa sente takola nga wetaaga ne gali amaanyi g'ekisajja sente. If you are poor, you're not a man. Hey, gwetura ngakuba akazi bano bawa abasajja bagaga n'agende w'omusajja owa chapati. People like kwegatta things. I mean Salmina ate tukolerera ki? Ero lumalo hadde olukola n'okola sente teziwera ng'ogenda weegatta. Anyway guys, I have to go. I'm going to finish the pyramid. Ata naawe okimanyi tokyali mu first pyramid group. Ffe eddagala lyaffe abali mu category esooka. Abali tebafaayo yanywa bunywi. No one knows what keeps a woman loyal. Olaba omuvuzi wa boda yeesala omukazi w'omugaga. Exactly. You cannot say that amaanyi g'ekisajja ge galeeta omukazi oba sente ze zisigaza omukazi oba muwa maka manene oba mugulira mmotoka. You can never know. Abakazi tebategeerekeka balinga simanyi na kumanya. So guys, conclusion eyo topic mbadde yatugimalirize eya who should buy a car nga tukkiriza nti buying a car is a mathematical decision and it's a personal decision. But while you're making that personal decision, you need to make sure that you know what is good for you. Oleme kutomera. Okitegeera. Wama Arthur, why not creating a savings scheme for the fans to be able to acquire cars easily without hassle? Bale bana abantu bampa business ideas. Muzebale. I don't stress about women bwagenda. That's how it should be, by the way. That's how it should be, because wotandika okwerumya omutima oyinza n'okufa pressure. Ate n'ofa ne bamweggala enkya oba ku olwo lw'ofudde. Ate Martha atannaba kufumbirwa kuwe what keeps a woman happy in a home. Because what keeps a woman happy in general. You get it? So it should be something. I'm going to think about that scheme, Raymond, by the way. It's a very good idea. People, when you get time, take through most problems of Mark X. Okay, when I have one guy, I call it when I in office one. I've got Mark X. I think I'm supposed to see him today. Maybe I've got Ampia. Just one thing you need to understand about Mark X. Most people that are driving Mark X on the road today, I've got more Ampia. Which together. Mark X says, bwezikaddiwanga bazitema. Osobola Mark X ngeri ku UBH. Kuchise. Nga teyina accident teyina chi. Okitegeera. That's one thing you need to understand about Mark X. Bwe kuba yingini ya bay, bwe kuba gearbox ya bay, and I think that's why abantu bakola ki bazitema. So it's important for you to understand that this video experience just know Mark X engine tekuba irwawo kuba. Just maintain it on time. One reason why Mark X's might not be as popular as probably we should think is because they are 2.5cc. Enywamu ku mafuta. Maintenance is also expensive. I think I'm going to do a full video on Mark X, and so that we totally understand it, because you're sigilinam. The women need peace. That's what Martha is saying, and women are not the same. What I want, others may not like. Yeah, I think Martha, that's the thing. And fenga abasajja we generalize. Olwokuba wafuna omukazi ayagala omweggala ennyo n'olowooza buli mukazi kumweggala kwe kukola ki? Kwe kumusigazaawo. Naye ng'ate ne gweggala ennyo n'olowooza n'asigala naye teyasigala naye yagenda. Bannange abakazi muri confusing anyway. Martha, that I can guarantee you. Come to me, baby. Yeah. Bana, love in the air, love in the air, love in the air. eno emogenda ku renewinga kati kubanga sente ziwampa nazirya bana sijja kujubisizanga bwerere nze buli kiseera njubise naye nga Anyway, guys, buying a car is a personal decision. Na ego soko manye which level of the pyramid are you. If you are at the very bottom of the pyramid, emotoka soko jeso nywe, osoko ve mu level mu pyramid, mu level ya pyramid ya wansi ove mu kayola, odeko mu level daddake ya comfort, the level that is seeking security and safety. Then that's when you should think of buying a car. I don't know if I make sense. Okitegeera. Awo otandika okweronda. Naye ate even at that level, bw'oba oli mu level which majority of people are abatandise okubeerako obulungi totandikanga weewanika nnyo njagala kawundo njagala ki you buy a car that serves the needs that you desire okitegeera kye babadde agamba ba someone commented here n'agamba kyenayize I should not buy a car at I should not yagambye eta what I learned from yesterday's video is that I don't need a 15 Spacio 15 million ka primo aka 8 million kasigala kakola exactly. So kati most people are at a level where you should buy a car only if it really makes sense and buy a car that makes the most sense. Don't just buy a car simply because you have money on the account, which because it might come back to bite you. Yeah, so I've concluded yesterday's topic, and tomorrow we'll be doing another topic, still sometime 7:15. Let me just go through the names. Today network tutawanyiza, very good. Nathan, Abby, Martha, Chris Da Vinci, Emma, Salmin, Safina, Chris Da Vinci, Solomon. Hi Solomon, long time. Kosa ya fegambe etia. Sebo. Oze yo self-esteem, actualization things. Really very important Solomon, your comment bambi nade sijirabi. Bintu very very important ku mubulamu for us to decide. Then Stuart one shoe yeah. Anti wabato zola gula nga tompya buli mwaka. Mono kono gisobola. Then I am Josiah, Mr. Lucius, Council Patrick, Nicole, Agaba Barry, Mwesigwa Isaac, Charles, Gideon Viri, Gideon, you're new, welcome. Even I am Josiah is new, you're welcome. Barry, you have been here before. No, I think Obeda Nyo Mukamori, Muhammad says BMWs are good in bikes, mostly BMWs. A GSA 1200cc. Kumpi obanga wavuga ka VTs chukanga wavuga pitch. Ngejana kukuba. John Jones, Michael Luzinda, Mose 256, Central Forex Community, Kenneth Katongole, Elijah Williams, JK. So Kenneth, how are you? How is Kampala taking you? Those are Karen Kasozi. I think those are the people that have engaged today. Nabali Mukamori, I don't take you for granted. Yeah. Nabali Mukamori, I don't take you for granted. Don't forget, I do pre-purchase inspection, 400,000 only. To pick the right car, I come with a mechanic. And we make sure you get not only a good deal, a good car, but also you don't get a car that will disturb you in terms of paperwork and all. I sell tracking devices, 350 to 450, depending on what the tracking device can do. Car alarm systems at 250,000. I'm also a marketer, very efficient marketer, by the way. I help businesses get off their feet. Don't have a struggling business. If you can actually afford to pay some marketing fee, even to be very kutaka. I can help you re-strategize. I can help you put strategies in motion and all that. I also follow you, but my first time to watch live and comment. I'm a very private person. Yeah, thank you, Gideon. I don't take it for granted. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 7:15. May God bless you today. Ciao.